夏天的午后，不经意的问候，是与你最美的邂逅。忘记对与错，固守你的理由，想说的却又说不出口，紧咬的嘴角，那次告别后，记忆里我独自走很久，脑海都是你的笑容，我知道你也感同身受，在雨中的屋檐，在天台的妥协，却希望时间会慢慢走。
Okay, what's up guys? Here being back as before. Last video, if you watched it, we kinda got a bad ending because we messed up. I don't know which choice that was, or if maybe I shouldn't get close to win at all. But we are here to correct our mistakes. Luckily, in visual novels you can time travel, so we're just gonna time travel back our problems to right here. Now, last time we clicked let's return the ghetto, but I think returning the ghetto might have been the bad choice. She acted a little bit more cocky and acted different immediately. So if we choose not to, she might be upset, but this might make the events that transpired won't transpire. I recall the guilt and concern on my dad's face. It flashed by my mind, and I'm unable to sweep it away. It's simple just live in my heart aside, but I'm not just here for myself. She quietly loses my expression. I know it's engaged. I almost feel as if she can see what I do. I have already taken a step back. When Zaire seems to see me react like this. She probably shouldn't. Not prepared for this. I evade her gaze, unable to look her straight in the eye anymore. After lunchtime, I watched short thesis room during class break. This is the place, right? As soon as I have a teacher room, I hesitate. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is say just go through that whole section again. Let's go to config. Skip. I'm going to do. I've always seen some of this section before, so I'm going to say just because I accidentally skipped too much. And we are just going to skip text we have seen. Okay. There's not a single flicker in his eyes that indicate he's wavering. He's controlling as much like a zombie putting up an act. Which of my heart is washed away in an instant. Like a punch or intermittent, no matter how much force I throw there, no reaction. Class teacher's attitude is so perfect I couldn't find anything at all. As if he is genuinely concerned about steroids. I understand. I will make sure this is taken care of. After saying that, he lowers his voice and leans forward. But don't get involved in this, man. Do you understand? I understand. That's good. You may not go. High school is a crucial phase for you. You better study hard. He seems to be satisfied with my answer and gives me a smile. He raises his hands. I saw you turn around and leave. I was like thinking. After returning home, I cradled my head and fell on my desk, allowing the shoulders to cool down the hardness on my forehead. I was supposed to care about nothing else other than study, but now I stood up, but I go and warned the class teacher. What was I thinking? Not only in front of the teacher, I even defended him in front of the whole class. I should know what I'm getting myself into. But even though I know, I still defend. I have to admit, I was acting on impulse. But is that really so? The broken punch pieces scattered apart and not being pieced back together. As if it's telling me the pain of feeling is not enough. It has been made much vivid and clear. Those memories which felt like so long ago, in fact only. I pretend that I have healed those bruises in my heart, but in fact they are still there, forming a scab. The scab might look thick, but deep underneath the scars is still present. I should know better. For someone like me to get involved and pretend to be someone else's hero? Pathetic. Sorry. Sorry parts I should have pushed in my heart. Maybe I was confusing her with my past. It's not really kindness. I couldn't say it's just a way to satisfy my own ego. I can't go on like this. I cannot be your savior, and I'm not worthy of doing that. I guess we're both ruthless. Both look at Cullen, get for war. No one changes who we are, that cannot be denied. I cannot and shouldn't disguise myself as a pretend. That's what I think, but I have only just realized that I already have nowhere else to go. I must look terrible at the moment. It's ordinary morning like the students copying homework and those that are urging everyone to hit the seat beside me is empty subways. The students are chatting and laughing with each other. But that's not new. Underneath my desk I find paper scraps curled up in bars. I can't see spread one out, it's filled towards the images. The short lines look like some sort of totem. A logo used as a decoration. It's worn and also serves as a decoration worn. Checking garbage on my desk is the first step. It's the beginning. I kept the paper tightly and throw everything inside my desk into the room. Cash Marty who's collecting homework near me jumps from space. But I'm not trying to throw a fit in front of everyone, it was unintentional. Classroom's nosy as always, but every bar I look I see people staring at me. That student who was copying the home sneakily staring at me? Is the female student who just walked past me also glancing at me? Even the classroom master looks so mellow. She absorbed me with a side glance. No, I need to come. I don't know where this either or came from. I also don't know how it happened. It feels like anyone could be a perpetrator. Oh, that's not right. Everyone is a perpetrator. That's right, I don't need to make a second guess to who I'm doing this. Cover my face and take a few deep breaths. This would be a sign of weakness if the perpetrator sees it. But it doesn't matter, I don't care. If he invited me in some way showing signs of showing and what's waiting for a happy ending. I already understand and it truly makes me since I leave the classroom my head spinning, trying to make sense of everything that's happened before. Things like whether I should tell my dad or who, or if I should discuss with my class teacher or the only person that knows the truth. Before I know I'm already at the rooftop. Sally as expected has her back towards the staircase and is looking apart. I hear the shivering and straining away. I want to know how I could explain it. She turns around. I didn't know. I don't need to see anything. She already knows. Her gaze, a silence and mixing expression is something I've never seen before. She once told me this is her secret hideout. That's why this place is supposed to give her peace and calm.
我看到了什么？
Is that so? Take a deep breath and relax my shoulders. She's nearly always the first person to arrive in the morning. There's people. But
对不起，我看到了，但是又没看到。我听到有人过来，就急忙离开了教室。等我再回去的时候，你的课桌就已经是那样的了。
So that's why she's apologizing. I lied barely and walked to her, so I remember the way she likes to gaze at the sky. It's 9. Even if I know who did it, it won't hurt me. Maybe I do want to know who did it for selfish reasons, but it's not going to change the fact of the matter. The only part of the problem. It's not the ones doing it. Someone else would have done the same. Trixie totally understands what I'm trying to say and only slightly nods her head.
那现在我们是共犯了。
At most, we're both victims.
也是啊。
That's kind of terrible in every way.
但是往好处想的话，至少我们现在是2个人。
Licking each other's wounds.
只要不去和他们对抗，也不会怎么样。 你不要太害怕。
Just like Wen wants to share experience with me, the way she bows her head makes me want to
如
laugh.
果他们每次课间都来骚扰你的话，你也来这里好了。哦，
She looks puzzled. There was also a bit of hesitation. I noticed her expression suddenly changes from sympathy to pale. That's only because she knows the expression on my face. I know exactly what she saw on my face, but I can at least make a good guess.
还好吗？
There's no way I could be alright or happy until right now. But it's not the worst. I looked towards the sky once again. The mix of emotions all jumbled together seems to have cleared up. It isn't that I didn't expect this to happen when I first met I hope I hadn't. But I totally ignored the warning signs in my heart. I thought I could use my reputation to scare everyone. But what go? It's reminding me that I cannot pretend anymore. That's why I began laughing at myself with a mocking tone, as if I had given up. Gosh, we're the same everywhere.
石墨，
Can you tell me why they're bullying you? I find actually the question I've been putting off, but now I know we can't just escape from it anymore. Once I try to understand and emphasize, there's no going back. I'm sure you understand. What about my sudden change of subject? Wait to be taken aback.
我一定要现在说吗？
Just treat this as a way to change the mood. Besides, we need to come clean with she anyway.
好吧，
Is he gonna tell him what really happened? I don't know what really happened, but from what I've seen, I would assume that he has some kind of outburst. Rage outburst. And instead of getting put in prison or something, he got transferred to another school. Instead of being number one, he transferred number two. And I saw it go on his phone. Only reason why I think this, it could be anything, but my guess was that go on his phone was somebody he used to love. So, and everything went down the same path as before. And when I made the choice to walk to class together, then it all transpired, and luckily the same thing happened in the other school. I don't know if the girl was bullied, but I'm assuming something along those lines. Slightly raise your eyebrows and gazes afar to the edge of the sky. Her pupils are unfocused, like considered away behind her veil. Takes a long moment of silence before she begins to story.
其实我也不知道为什么会变成现在这样，很奇怪，对吧？但是我想了半天也想不到自己到底做了什么。一开始我有很多朋友，或许那个时候在班上已经有不喜欢我的人，不过谁都不可能被所有人喜欢的，对吧？
But it's not possible to have everyone hate you. Her widens your eyes to look at me.
我懂。后来有个和我关系很好的女生，她偷偷告诉我，她喜欢上一个男生。我很高兴她能和我说这个。每次她约了男生要我陪她去的时候，我也很乐意当这个陪衬。再后来，我发现自己变成了他的负担。他不想继续3个人的约会，但是他过意不去，想寻找好的机会开口。于是，我主动拒绝了之后的邀请。直到这里为止，我还能理解事情的进展。可是后来，
She gets a point when it gives me a sad look.
后来，那天我走进教室的时候，就发现了气氛不对劲。那个和我关系很好的女生，趴在桌子上哭，身边围了一圈人。他们说我是故意搞砸她的约会，我明明什么也没做。 我顺从他的真实想法，不再当电灯泡，仅此而已。
What did the guy do? Wen shakes her head.
应该是喜欢我吧。听说我不去了之后，他就不再出来玩了。
I guess too. Did he confess to you?
不，在那之后，我们见过一次面。我从他看我的眼神中察觉的。我发现这件事之后，去和女生解释过，我并不知情。可是我的解释却被曲解成了我同时玩弄了2个人的感情，就连那个男生也不承认自己究竟喜欢谁。我不懂，为什么我说什么都变成错的了。
To close your eyes. So strange. Sorry that this every word she says if there's something strange about her story. Are you good at, how should I say it? People?
在察言观色这方面，我确实比一般人要敏感一些。
She could reach Gmo pretty well too in some situations. Most circumstances there's not one group sensitive, but in this case, the more you dare to read thoughts on everyone's mind, the more you get hurt. Then running away from the classroom is probably the sensible thing to do. That friend of yours, didn't she try to help you? Julian suddenly shakes her
我
head.
想，他应该也很不知所措。
There's no way to stop this?
只要一开始没有人否定，之后就没有人在乎真相了。
Wow. Once you've been taken away by a force larger than you, power eventually gets washed away as well. Even as you realize what's happening, it's already too late. Not everyone can stand up against public and say what is right. But now I know the truth. At least you have someone who knows you're not that kind of person. How does that feel? Gwen takes a deep breath and doesn't reply to my question. But I can see her face through her side bags. I can see clearly that her lips have curled up in a beautiful shape. Whoa! Tried to pound at my heart, I think savage clapped my hands. The next thing, let me tell you something about myself. She seems to be interested in how I suddenly reached my pitch, when it simply forgets about memories and turns over to look interest. In truth, I was a low life in my previous school. Silence. Hey, at least give me a response. Are you surprised? Just immediately erased myself.
其实我早就知道你在之前的学校把人打进医院的事了。
Oh, so you already know. I scratched the back of my head. I thought she was truly isolated from the world and probably wouldn't have gotten that information.
那个，你是不是没上过我们学校的贴贴？
Indeed I haven't.
难怪了。
Takes out a smartphone from her pocket and makes a few swipes on the screen. Not long after she shows the screen in front of me before outstretched hands, it is a social app that is clearly really popular. I also used it for a while, but due to some reasons I haven't used it anymore.
你看这个帖子，
On its remaining inputs, I can see the most popular post on top of the screen. Okay, so the one he saw from the other, and then about transfer student Shimo, is sure he puts a guy up on the second floor? I feel my stomach aching. It's even more ridiculous than I thought. What do you think I am, a monster? I wonder the rumors are spreading so quickly. But since they're not afraid of me and think I'm only a pip of tiger, everyone's probably going to head towards the night direction soon. That's true if I'm going to Tailwind now. About that, do you believe in what the post says about me?
应该有夸大的成分吧，不过8、9不离十。
It's only half true.
你把人打飞了半层楼高，
That's not what I meant! Cover my face and well. How can an ordinary person be up a guy and see him fly? I'm not Chuck Norris!
我明白了。
Oh, I didn't expect that moment. Okay. From her eyes, I could tell she really thought I could punch a guy and see him flying up in the air. Actually, only the part where the guy got seriously injured is true.
你没有打他吗？
Should I say yes or no? I chew on those bitter parts of the memories and try to select the super one. At the time, I was surrounded by 5 or 6 guys. They were kicking and beating me, so when I was just behind back, I actually pushed one of the guys downstairs. And it's not hard to figure out what happened next. It's not as simple as the truth. Going funny me seems to have realized that what I mean and covers her mouth in astonishment.
你刚才说自己是混混，是假的吧？所以你才是被欺负的那个。
Okay, so maybe that's why. So wouldn't it be like a misunderstanding? But maybe they didn't believe him and he got transferred to their school because he had no choice. But why has he got such a big anger issues then? He's got major anger issues. Like enough to beat up a guy seriously. Like that part doesn't make sense. But why does he have that bad of anger issues? Enough to like actually seriously injure somebody or kill him. Yes, only because he didn't like me. Simply conclude. Maybe it's because I was trying too hard when I was at the basketball team competition, or because I didn't allow them to cut a line when we were queuing up at the canteen. It's like what happened to Wim. Those are the only things of a car that could have been the trigger, but none of these things seem to hate me. But when I was still trying to make sense of it, those things always started to happen. And I wasn't as sensitive as Win and tried to hide away before they came to me. Instead I fought back vigorously too.
原来是这样。
She sounds really upset actually. I don't know why, her face looks pale as she can't help but lay herself classic agony. Oh, okay.
也是，我们是一样的。
Why? Hey, relax. Are you sympathizing too much? I started to get a bit worried and walked to her side, fearing that she might collapse in a state. Everything's fine now, but that guy's still at the hospital, so don't you Wayne pushes away my hands and takes a deep breath.
对不起，
Voice is so soft I thought it was just so beaming, but then she repeats herself with a stronger voice.
对不起，
Oh.
听到你的事，我有点控制不住自己。
Really thought she was just gonna like push him and then run out the door for something. I was gonna be like, well, why? Oh, it's alright. I'm relieved that you can feel the same way as well. But if there's something I learned at that school, it's important to preserving evidence.
固定证据。
That's what I learned from the law later on. Simply speaking, if you can preserve the evidence that you've been bullied at the time, then from legal perspective, you have an advantage. It's not use just saying you were bullied if you cannot find someone that's a witness, then the fact that you were bullied doesn't exist.
可是记录下证据很难吧？
Yes, they won't just allow you to record any videos or audio so easy. The moment you bring out your equipment, they'll break it.
嗯，
Well, I want to keep on discussing like this. I think we're running out of time. We should back. Macy's have forgotten that she's still in recess and quickly takes out phone to look at time. Thank you for saying allowed me to see the bright blue sky. I'll leave first. I'll wait for you and turn around head to
那
stairs.
个，一起走呗。
I refused to once before, but this time there was no reason to refuse. Alright. So it originally goes to the choice I picked, but the big difference is that they sympathize with each other now. Because they've experienced it. Both of them have experienced the kind of same things. Right? Different like things happens, but like they both of them bullied and all that, and I mean, so I gave her a nod when she Lily walks forward and chases after me. I pushed the echo on the rooftop to become a duet as we walk. Oh, and that white heel kid doesn't show up this time. Naturally, we received many songs stairs we were walking the classroom together. But at that moment, I do not care anymore. Then, have you met any girls at the new school? What are you talking about? Are you trying to set me up on a date, Officer Shane? I wish that you would just call me Lou instead of Officer Shane. Well, I shouldn't encourage you to have a girlfriend. You should at least find a friend of the opposite sex. Speaking more, the ghost can make you smooth. Oh? But off the record, Big Sister thinks it's nice to be in love at this stage of your life. Again, this is all still being recorded, right? Once you pick up your phone, it automatically records. Then how come you can still be so blunt? Relax, as long as nothing happens to you, my space won't touch these tapes. If nothing happens, huh? What could go wrong, you should know? That's why I'm relaxed about you. Why, you should have met some new friends at school. Do you know about the app called Pendo? Agency always use that for social networking? Something like that. Go and look at the forums for number 2 high school. What is it? After hearing some movement on the other side of the phone, I can hear the Chris clicking. After a few minutes, I can hear it alongside. Wow, you're never going to make any friends with this. Can't you guys think of something? After a moment of silence, I can imagine how she's shrinking her. Hurry now, we're going to treat this as a show because on stage it's not for us to intervene. But the victim is getting a lot of stress. By signing up to cause harm to public safety or treat it as spreading unnecessary fear, you can try filing a public lawsuit towards a postal, accuse them of defaming. Thanks, I figured the police would just magically delete any post on the internet. What year is this? We're not in the era where we can just monitor and hide away everything. It's always a delicate thing to balance between freedom of speech and public opinion. Police are so useless, you know that? It feels like you're getting way more out of line these days. But about this, I think I could do something else, personally. Oh? I wish my tone slightly in surprise. Alright, let's wrap it up for today. Okay? It's not like I want to continue on with this conversation, but it always feels like we can end our chat abruptly. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Do you want to ask why we always end our chats so suddenly? That's not what I was thinking. Because this telephone conversation is included in my work time. Once my time is up, I can get off work. Are you for real? If I could finish complaining, I could hear a long die after from the other side. If it wasn't because I met her in person, I would never believe someone like her is a cop, even if she's only in the juvenile crimes division. Now that I think about it, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have recovered so quickly. But I still didn't tell her about that thing. I also haven't told Dad, not only because I don't want him to worry, but not only because I don't want to worry, it's just because of guilt. This time I threw myself in mind. If I can't, I want to climb back out myself or persevere into the baby. At this time, I have something standing beside me. This time, I feel a sense of calmness whenever I see the lonely shadow of hers. Calmness. That's not right. A high-spirited mood cannot be quite calmness. It's a more positive and proactive feeling instead. I sense my chest getting heavier. It caught you once I was fine. I realize what it is. It's wiping away before it gets just to grow. I didn't lie to you. I see all the things that have been written down in the records, facts. I throw myself onto the bed and hide away under the page. That I can't take anymore. I should think of something else, like what I should do tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day after public holidays. Ren and I are going to buy some cat food for Snowball. Recently is when we were feeding Snowball, I overheard playing the cat food is getting more expensive. That's I realized I can't just let her everything herself, so I told her to invite me to come before next time she's out to buy cat food. Come to dick. Wouldn't it be just a two of us? That's why I realized how serious this problem is. Oh no. The bus doors behind me. After a few honks, I saw you dodge away from the bus stop. I paced stiffly back and forth, normally checking on a tire and heel at this time. Finally, I gave a sign of relief and began to walk toward me in place. Looks like she hasn't arrived yet. I'm assuming it's bus still about 40 minutes before our meeting time. Oh Jesus, okay. Okay. Is it bus? Well, buses could be. I think there's a bus. So it's just like on the day off or whatnot, or it's just like after school. I would assume this 40 minutes before I meet in time. I assume it's a day off. I suddenly getting pulled with my phone. Before heading out, I always anticipated all possible accidents along the way. I was even prepared that the bus might have stopped working and I wouldn't have need to walk here on foot. That's why I left home early. But now that I think of it, it was a stupid move. I kept a sign. I scanned across my surroundings and struck myself. Today is a national holiday. The streets are crowded with people. Gamers are bringing their kids along. There are couples walking together empty while speaking the latest jargons, and trini ladies are showing off their thighs. I can't help it. My eyes are attached to the ladies like a magnet. Oh, Jesus. They're in this together, so the relationships get kind of closer, but she might not like this. No, boy. What are you doing?
好看吗？
Oh, of course. What? I may jump up and hell with him. How long have you been here?
在那个穿黑色热裤的大姐姐经过你身边的时候，
I scanned through my mirrors and searched the lake, but I could not remember such a person.
骗你的，我也刚到。
Oh. That's so. I'll relax a bit. If there was such late, there's no way I would have forgotten. Wayne looks at me before lips pouted up. Oh. That's what I know she's in Cassia would say. This is the first time I've seen her wear something other than her ski uniform. Oh, one-piece dress complements her smooth, silky hair.
怎么了？
She's looking for a compliment, my dude. You look great in that dress.
虽然很老套，但还是谢谢了。
She acts like she doesn't care, but she turns her face away. You're in a good mood today.
为什么突然这么问？也没有很好，就一般啊，和平时一样。
Oh? But I can see from her face that she's more radiant compared to when she's at school. Her back is straight and she doesn't cower her body like before. Is it because she's not at school? She seems like a totally different person. Where shall we go?
我们先去车站附近的先达广场，接着步行大概1公里到银鹰大厦。
Are we gonna buy items as well?
只是买猫粮而已啊。
Then why don't we have to go to 2 places?
啊，千达广场有卖汤姆牌的干猫粮，但是湿猫粮必须去买银鹰大厦的薛定谔。
Wow, I didn't know we had to be so fussy about cat food.
而且小白比较挑食，只吃这2个牌子的猫粮。
Then what does it usually eat when we're not at
它
school?
会自己找东西吃。
I don't know what to say, so that cat was just nitpicking on purpose? Two of us walk side by side. When Shiny looks ahead, but her eyes are fleeting, betraying her waving heart. I also find myself sagging forward. I correct my posture as I make a few calls, but now that I've become conscious of myself, I cannot help but see every detail in front of me, like a magnifying glass pushed in front of my eyes. For example, when there's so many couples on the streets walking in me with each other before. If what makes any more of these love which one is what that also make us look like?
喂，
Oh, what's up?
你可以走慢一点吗？
Oh! After sinking deep in thoughts, I've totally ignored her. Although I'm only walking at a slightly quicker pace than usual, she couldn't keep up. Ben tries hard to keep up with me, and then she looks at me as if she wants to say something.
你平时是不是很少和女生一起走啊？
Ouch. Not really. I never go out with girls.
是吗？没看出来。
She throws a quick glance at me.
邀请人家的时候都是蛮熟练的嘛。是吗？
She She doesn't say any years after that. Her attention is now on the window displays. I cautiously follow the gaze. In arcade? What lies at the end of her sight totally catch me by surprise. Game arcades aren't like internet cafes. Even minors can enter right any restrictions, but I have to say it doesn't fit with the image I have of Wen. So maybe she's a gamer? I mean, books or games, it could make sense because if she has like no friends and school's thing, like gaming is a good escape. So
我没有看那个。
how should I say? I didn't think there was any problem to be interested in gaming arcades. You don't have to be concerned about what I think.
不要乱体贴了，我看的是墙角的那些。
Over at that corner of the claw machines? I scratched my head. Isn't the notebook go grab a favorite plushie tool from the claw machine trope a bit cliche? Wait, we're not even dating! If you're interested, shall we take a look? I don't know why, but I feel embarrassed just by saying that. She hesitates for a while before nodding her head.
那就去随便看看好了。
The shop itself only has 2 claw machines. One of them has a stuffed tool which resembles Pikachu, but it's blue, like the famous robot cat, and it has 9 tails. We both stare at that strange looking tool for a while, then we exchange glances and shake our heads at the same time. It's not the first time these copycats have created a monster that would put Mr. Tucker to shame. I just wish they could have been a bit more aesthetic sense. Walk to the machine. This time there were later 2 cats and dogs inside. How should I say it? I want hair with big ears, nose, and ears. They look so fluffy and soft. The toys themselves aren't bad, but there's nothing special about the meat.
好可爱。
Huh? Wayne leans against the glass frame, her eyes fixated on the toy shop beside it. Cheeks are flush and red. Are they that cute? Do you want one? She just hesitates. Alright. I take out my wallet and start searching for a coin. I don't know what relationship we're in. If I don't act now, I can't call myself a man. For this, I place all the coins I can find on top of the card machine's control panel. My other hand is also holding the coin, reaching towards the coin shot. Come think about it, I probably don't need that many coins.
Huh?
Relax, leave it to me, I won't disappoint you. Wayne keeps sizing me up and then says in just a voice.
好吧。
Let's begin. I'll make sure we won't break the bank. I shut 2 coins in the machine and carefully moved the joystick to adjust its position. What? Oh, whoosh! I hit the button. After absorbing the claw from different angles, I concluded that this is the angle that will perfectly on that layer to a cat. The claw descends slowly. It's gonna fail in it. This is really weird.
哪里奇怪？
I made sure the claw was all aligned before I hit the go button, but how come I always end up with nothing? I pulled heavily at the control panel. The remaining coins leap up and start jiggling as if they were mocking my incompetence.
你该不会之前都没有玩过吧？
I've at least seen how people play. Even so, there's no way that I can grab a single tool after a dozen tries.
让我来吧。
After hearing that like a train that has run a steam, I make way for her and take a step back. I'm sure you had to shield all those coins. You had a shield of those coins as well. When doesn't seem to hear my apology. Instead, she is all focused on hitting the joystick. I hear her murmur something.
索尼的感觉是这样啊，原来如此。
Hey, are you gonna put any coins in?
嗯，马上。
After said that, she doesn't put any coins in immediately. The extraordinary aura is building up on my man. She looks like a veteran hunter searching for his prey. Her eyes are sharply focused on the plush toys in front of her. Man, don't tell me you're actually really good at claw machines.
擅长，
She grabs 2 coins and shoves them into the slot.
我是专家。
Oh. Huh? She hands the joystick right in her station. After moving the claw to start the position, she hits the go button for a second thought. I hold my breath and still as the claw slowly descends. So far, all my efforts have been in vain. When let's go, the joystick and take a step back. But the claw only pushes past a step away. Oh, a pity. Aside, she looks at the children distant, but it's not as easy as it seems. When, however, remains untroubled even after seeing the claw brush past her target. Instead, she looks calm and confident. I stop, then again I look at the claw again and my eyes widen in disbelief. No way this is happening. What? I must be seeing things. No, what I just witnessed was an illusion. The claw didn't tease Mr. Toy's body by a hair sling. But what I did notice was a transparent thin strap sticking out of the toy where the claw had gone through. Claw had precisely gone through the strap, and our prize is now dangling on the claw. It's just a coincidence, right? I'm so shocked I can't say a word. Wen doesn't even bother to grab a prize from the bucket. She immediately tosses it in another pair of coins. This time she used the same method. Another toy hangs on the claw and drops it in the prize bucket. Her winning streak is impressive. Why can't he be so scared at this?
很奇怪嘛。
Yeah, the dog and cat are a little bit though, but I kinda want one, not gonna lie. Wen keeps hugging the pair of tools she just won as she walked out the arcade. That committed order of hers has all been vanished. If she wasn't carrying the plush social for, I would have thought what I just witnessed, that deal was all an illusion. It's really strange. If there was a competition for this, you'd be a pro.
就是熟能生巧而已。
When she's embarrassed by my comment, she sinks her head into a stuffed toys, but I can tell you that she's happy. Practice makes perfect. How much does she like claw machines? Looking back, I was trying to impress her with my non-existent claw skills. Now I finally understand why she was sizing me up just then. My ears are burning hard. Now I really want to find a hole and jump into it.
以前我和朋友们出来的时候，都是我帮大家夹娃娃的，所以比较擅长一点。 现在好久没加了，幸好技术没有什么退步。
Wen keeps trying to explain it, but I can sense bitterness in her favorite voice. It's great that you still got it, and you, in the future, you can help me. I cheerfully replied, starting not to second guess her mood. I already know how she feels. There's no need to delve into it.
啊，你也喜欢这些吗？明明是个男生。
Why can't guys like it? I really like to sleep or color my plush toys. Wen looks amazed by my bluff and laughs. This is the first time I've heard her laugh so hard since we met. When she was at school, she would the most curl her lips. Her laughter I'm seeing now is much more cheerful and bright.
那选一个吧。
Wen extends her arms and pushes the toys in front of me. She still has the bright smile on her face. You want me to have one?
不是说你喜欢吗？而且你也出力了呀。
Whatever, that was embarrassing.
快选一个吧。
One of them is a cat and one's dog. The choice is pretty distinct. If that's the case, I'll let you choose first. Which one do you like?
Huh?
She blinks her eyes as she didn't expect me to ask her.
我的话，
When Mr. Eyebrows are glancing between the cat and dog repeatedly.
我想还是要这只小狗吧。
Oh, I thought you'd keep the cat.
我是更喜欢猫一点，不过
You guess I would laugh, but basically the little dog told me.
你有没有发现它很像你？
A dog? Wow! Are you saying I look like a dog? Why does it sound like she's making fun of me?
很可爱，不是吗？
Oh, she said I'm cute? Oh, right. I'm sure cute isn't meant to describe me. I take the cat. It is covered in white, so opposite the stray we adopt at school. So for a cat like this, I guess we can't call it Snowball.
我早就给它起名字叫小黑了。
Cobalt? Cobalt? Coast black makes sense. As I don't have anywhere to put Cobalt, I hold it in my hands. Gwen seems to like the dog very much, embracing it in her chest. And close up to her chest. She says it looks like me. I'm envious that my replicas get such a cuddly treatment. What am I thinking?